Hey everybody, it's me, Jeff Kennedy Space Surfer. Welcome back to another episode of Hot Off the Press. Tonight we're gonna do a double exposure, and I'm starting with this barn from Illinois. All right, so let's get started. We're gonna get this thing on the press. I really want to focus on making sure that I get the entire barn on the shirt. And my idea tonight is to do this very abstract coloring, almost like a coloring book, if you will, on the shirt. Using a secondary pattern I'm going to show you in a moment here. So can't wait to get started. I do want to use my butcher paper in between the images. Now we press everything here. This is dye sublimation if you've never joined my channel before. It's just this really cool way of making shirts and all kinds of things, but especially t-shirts you can do in this dye sublimation method, whereby you literally take whatever you print and it will adhere into the shirt itself. Mainly the polyester fibers, so most of the shirts that I use are 60% polyester with a 40% cotton. Gives it a more of a softer aspect. This shirt's been washed several times and still super colorful. Keith Richards still looks awesome. So what we're going to try to do tonight, I've never done any of these shirts before, is we're going to try this crazy color pattern. Now, it doesn't exactly reflect here, but essentially picture like a yellow meadow, if you will, a red barn, green trees. Now this by no means looks green, and it doesn't look green here either, and a blue sky, okay? But the reason it might not look exactly the same color is because when you do dye sublimation, we're literally heating this paper at 400 degrees, and the off-gassing of the image will print into the shirt itself, in the detail that you see it in the actual print. So the first thing we have to do is get this black and white image all over the shirt, and we need to do that in a manner that's for the most part wrinkle-free, that gives us that nice big large image. Now large image shirts might not be for everyone. A lot of the reason I do the large image shirt is mainly to show you the capabilities of my Epson SCF570 home use dye sublimation printer, and I use like a little 15-inch heat press. Now I have a larger one. I'm just not as good with it, and I like to kind of move the blank around myself. I can make sure that I get 15 by 15 inches of the shirt right at a time. And each of the presses is 60 seconds. But yeah, essentially with a shirt, generally it's about 4 presses to go around the blank. Today, being that we're doing 2 colors, we'll be speeding that up, and you know, hopefully through some of the presses, I'll just kind of fast pace this episode. And then we'll get this pressed in here too. But first, let's get the detailed barn. I'm going to tell you most of the details on this shirt, and we'll get it going, you know. And you know, I love dye sublimation. This paper that I'm using is super cool. I don't tape it down anymore. If you watch previous episodes of my show, which there's many on there, you'll see that I did a lot of taping. Now I mainly just try to make sure that the shirt is, you know, straight, that I'm not wrinkled underneath the press itself. On the first press, I actually press the blank. Once you get to like the second and third presses, that gets a little harder to do. Oh, I got the paper right here. Just because you take the risk, the more that you try to move the shirt underneath the paper, of moving the entire blank. And we really don't want to do that because we're not trying to get an overprint. You know, we want that image to adhere one time. This tacky paper, super nice for that reason, because you can peel it up, but it stays right wherever you heat it at. So highly recommended. If you'd like to know where I get that paper, just leave a comment in the link below, in the video below, and you know, I'll put where I get it. Not a worry. If you're interested in any of this stuff, if I can help you with your dye sublimation projects, please let me know. That's what I'm doing it for. Getting more people into dye sublimation. It's like our new tattoo way of like making shirts and fun stuff every day if you want, and not feeling, you know, guilt because you can always change it tomorrow, you know. And if you don't like your shirt, you get to make another one tomorrow. You can also do the other style, which is like just get one shirt and work on it all week. You know, this would be an example of doing that. You know, this isn't something that you'd want to be doing really in like a fast-paced method. I, for some reason, really enjoy the pace and the pressure of the camera. So for me, it kind of helps me. Now this is the final press, and the good news is here we're going to have the reveal of the actual shirt, and then we'll do the coloration. But you know, my idea is that This gives it somewhat of an abstract, like plaid color vibe throughout the entire shirt. You know, that's like mimicking me painting by number or coloring the shirt, if you will, but also giving it these textural patterns, you know, that are completely like anything else. Truly one of a kind type shirts. You know, there are little mistakes and imperfections in the shirts, but quite frankly, that's what makes hot off the press cool. It's also what makes dye sublimation cool. If you've never seen any of my shirts, I try to keep the bottom blank always white. I like that as a feature. I also like the bleed up onto the neck, so it's like this paint spilling out all over the place. I think that's super cool too. You know, everybody should have their own style. You know, I seldom print the back of shirts. You can, it's just your call. You know, I have a few that I have, but I guess I'm just not paying enough attention to that, and I'm usually making another shirt. So here we go, hot off the press, first reveal, Illinois farmhouse in black and white on a t-shirt. Hopefully it came out pretty good. And we'll get this thing colored up and see how it goes. Might be too pretty to ruin, right? We'll see. Stay tuned. And that's why I told Gene Hackman that, keep acting. Anyways, back to the episode. We're going to do the second portion where we actually colorize the barn and the whole shirt, you know, using this crazy plaid texture. You know, no idea if this is going to work or not, but I'm really confident that it will. You know, I'm hoping that it doesn't exactly align perfectly. I'm hoping it's almost like, you know, almost thought of like making the trees green and the barn, or excuse me, the trees red and the barn green, and doing this super abstract thing. But first time, there's more time for that, more episodes. Hopefully you guys like this shirt. We're going to do the red barn, green trees, blue sky, and yellow field, you know, field of gold, you know, and I think this is going to be an awesome shirt. Might be one of my best, so hang tight. We're going to speed through this part until the end. And here, the final press. Can't wait to show you this shirt. I can't peek. I almost want to look so bad. Now, this could be really embarrassing or really good. One way or the other, you're going to see the shirt with me. I really hope that the work that went into it shows. You know, it's just a little bit of using Canva software. Super easy software to load. Little bit of time. I took the one image. I just changed the color modes in it in the duotone. And highly recommend trying stuff like this. My next shirt I'm going to do is going to be a combination where I already do all the work ahead of time in Canva, just a play on architecture and topiaries. You know, we just try to keep working different ideas on hot off the press, just showing you the different versatile ways that you can use dye sublimation. Virtually anything can be done using dye sublimation. You would never surprise me if you told me you did this using a dye sublimation process. However, something like this isn't something everyone does every day. So thank you for staying tuned with me, and please tell your friends about it. See how I call the show hot off the press? You see how much heat came off? This is also because we just double pressed this thing. So this shirt is truly hot off the press. Ready to give you that the final reveal. Looks like it's there. Also looks though like it's like a little bit hidden in the colors. I'll be back with a shirt on for the final reveal. The jury's still out. And here we have the finalized shirt. Now, the detail within the shirt is not as great as far as the barn goes as I would like to. But I will say that I think like the architecture over here probably stands out the best in the shaping of the barn. Just the trees were kind of like light and not real like full ahead of time. Ultimately, I think it's a really cool shirt. Definitely a shirt I'm going to be wearing. And hope you guys like the process. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much.